Okay guys, it's time for another one of these Habs news update thingamajiggys, and in today's jiggy, we're gonna have a chat about Logan Mailloux and how he seems to be, fitting in with the boys. We'll take a look at the latest name en français that appears to be linked to the Canadiens via trade rumors and much more. But first, former Montreal Canadiens legend, Mike Ribeiro has a son named Noah, and apparently this guy labels himself as a power forward type of character, and he's about to lace up and join a QMJHL team. Kinda neat. He's 17 years old, and you just know that at some point he's going to be destined to play with the Canadiens. Stars, well, aligned, no? Not feeling it? That's cool. But I gotta admit, okay, this one does make me feel a little old. I can still remember way back in the day when Mike Ribeiro was pregnant with this kid and began having contractions on the ice during a game against Boston. Does anyone else remember this? Wow. Anyway, enough about Mike Ribeiro giving birth, guys. Jeez. Moving on, we got a guy that had difficulty cracking the Canadiens lineup last season that likes to go by the name of Cedric Paquette, and he's officially walked away from the NHL, okay? Mostly because, well, nobody needed him. He packed his bags, booked a one-way ticket over to Russia, and signed with a team in the KHL, the Dynamo Minsk, or whatever the hell it is. Now, believe it or not, just a year ago, this wouldn't even be news. Nobody would give a shit about Paquette signing in the KHL. But this year, things are a little different. People are pissed off about this. They want to rip Paquette's nuts off with a pair of tin snips. But you know what? He doesn't care. He wants to make money, he's got a family to feed, and he's playing in Russia this year. I wish him all the best. Be safe, Paquette, and stay out of trouble. Next up, we got Habs legend Serge Savards, and he's officially fired some shots at ex-GM Marc Bergevin. Because according to Serge, he couldn't even get into the Canadiens' locker room while Bergevin was in charge. The door was locked, Serge and the others weren't allowed in, and they were not happy at all. Now, in my opinion, you got arguments from both sides there. You don't want to disrespect the legends, but at the same time, maybe Bergevin, was just trying to shelter the boys a little bit. I don't know. Tough call, and to be honest, I don't really care. Now on to some news about Razor Ramon himself, Logan Mailloux, the Habs bad boy. There was a lot of, speculation going on that with a new management shift, one of their priorities could potentially be kicking this guy to the curb. We don't want him. But hang on a minute, because Mailloux is beginning to get some praise, okay? People are starting to uplift this guy a little bit. Rob Ramage has been giving him some praise, calling him the bee's knees. They even gave this guy his own number. Look at that, number 94. Nothing wrong with that number at all. And look, they're even letting him get involved in pictures again. Pictures with some of his future mates. We got Nick Suzuki, Josh Anderson, and Logan Mailloux all in one. With a bunch of other guys, forgive me, but I don't even know there, okay? I don't. It's definitely not Iron Maiden, I can tell you that much. But yeah, Mailloux is beginning to look like he's on good terms with the Canadiens, and I think that's good stuff. Moving on, 2019 Canadiens second-round draft pick Jayden Strobel has decided to play yet another year in university. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. He's going through kind of a similar situation to that of Jordan Harris, so you know what that means. Coin toss. Keep an eye on this one. I do hope Hughes and the Doom Squad manages to get him signed, because not only does he seem like a solid defenseman, but the guy is as tough as nails. Okay, you don't want to be cross-checking him from behind, because look what he does. He acts like a grizzly bear. When the tiger gets out of the cage, it's scary. He will kill you. He will. 65 penalty minutes in 35 games last season, and when he's not in the box, he's chipping in on a bit of offense too, because that's the kind of guy he is. He also had 3 goals and 11 assists last season as well. Not shabby, but who's looking at that anyway? Everybody's looking at the penalty minutes. I know I am. Alright, now we're going to talk about the trade rumors. Jeez. The New York Islanders are supposed to be making a pile of trades. Kevin Weeks reported this weeks ago, ironically, and we're all just waiting for Lou Lamoriello to just drop the ball. Apparently, they intend on signing Nazem Kadri to a big contract, and one of the players that the Islanders are potentially getting rid of goes by the name of Anthony Beauvillier. He's French, which means that's a direct link to the Habs, is it not? The gears of this one are beginning to turn quickly, and according to Eddie Murphy's brother Jimmy, it's official. Kent Hughes has already made calls about him. Beauvillier is a 25-year-old winger. He's not a superstar by any means, but the guy's a solid player, okay? Now, one thing that I did notice when I took a look at his stat sheet are his playoff stats. Check it out. They kind of jump out at you. It almost seems like he's the type of player that, ups his game to the next level when he has to. Now, as for what the Canadiens could possibly trade for him, it doesn't really sound like the Islanders are looking to bring back money in return. They want to lose money. So even guys like Dvorak and Armia are out of the question, which leaves us with prospects and draft picks. And I'd be very careful if I were Kent Hughes and what I would trade away for Beauvillier. I just would. But anyway, guys, that does it for this quick Habs news update. I hope you all enjoyed. We are 7 subscribers away from reaching 5,000. So don't forget to roundhouse kick that button on the way out of here and throw vinegar in the eyes of the like button. And hey, I'll see you next time.